One cold night in 1959, 9 experienced hikers simply disappeared. It all began in the Soviet Union during the winter of 1959. They were young, strong, and highly experienced. They loved the mountains. Their leader was Igor Dyatlov, a skilled student who loved adventure. Igor was not alone. 8 trusted friends joined the journey. They had one clear goal: to reach Otorten Mountain. They were ready. Their spirits were high. No one expected danger. They laughed. They took photos. They wrote everything down. But then one friend turned back because of illness. His name was Yuri Yudin. He never knew this was goodbye. The journey had truly begun. Ahead, only snow and silence. Every step took them farther from the world they knew. The cold grew stronger, but the team kept moving. But each day, the mountains became harder. The weather was changing, but the team kept going.
This way. Stay close.
The snow grew deeper. Still, they moved forward. The forest was fading. Only mountains lay ahead. The wind never stopped. Still, they pushed ahead. The air felt colder. The mountains showed no mercy. That evening, they made camp unaware of what lay ahead. Morning came. The journey continued into the unknown. The weather was getting worse, but turning back was never discussed. They were close to Dead Mountain, but they did not know it. The storm grew stronger, but the team kept climbing. The storm grew even stronger, yet they pressed on. The mountain offered no shelter, only snow and endless wind. The storm changed everything. Finding the route became harder. They searched for the right path, but the storm kept hiding it.
This way. Yes, I see it.
The mountain stood silent, and the team kept moving. They were almost there. The hardest climb was still ahead. Hour by hour, the storm kept getting worse. The daylight was fading, and the cold was becoming dangerous. They had a difficult choice: go back or camp here. They made their decision. There would be no turning back. They worked as one team. Before night closed in, the camp was finally ready. Outside, the storm waited. Night had arrived. The mountain grew silent. Nothing seemed unusual. It looked like any other night. No one could have known this would become their final night. As morning came, but the hikers never returned. One day became two. Still there was no sign. They could wait no longer. The search was about to begin. The mountains gave no answers, so they searched. Day after day, they searched, but the mountain stayed silent. Then, someone noticed something in the snow. It was their tent, but something felt wrong. Then they saw something impossible to ignore. The mystery grew even deeper. The footprints led away. They followed every footprint. Each step raised new questions. The trail ended here. What they found changed everything. They searched around the cedar. Then everything changed. The discovery answered nothing. Instead, it raised more questions.
Continue searching.
The search moved uphill. Soon, another discovery awaited. They found another member, but the answers were still missing. They kept searching through the snow. Then another silence was broken. One more was found. Still, the mountain kept its secret. Four people were still missing. Winter would not let them pass. Spring arrived with new hope. The search began again. They searched farther downhill. One place demanded attention. The hidden ravine held one last clue. The rescuers began to dig. Then the mountain gave up its final secret. Months later, the search ended. All 9 had finally been found. Now, the investigation began. Every report mattered. The first reports raised new questions. Some findings were unexpected. The reports described unusual injuries, but no clear explanation. Another report caught attention. Some clothing showed radioactivity. The investigation came to an end, but many questions remained. The official report gave one answer: a compelling natural force. The case was closed, but the mystery had only begun. The case was closed, but the debate had just begun. One theory points to an avalanche. Could it explain that terrible night? Some evidence supports this theory. Other evidence raises doubts. Another theory focused on the wind. Could powerful gusts have forced them out? It sounded possible, but researchers still disagreed. Another idea was invisible. Could the wind create infrasound? Some scientists found it interesting. Others said the evidence was limited. Another theory pointed elsewhere. Could secret military activity be involved? Some witnesses reported strange lights, but investigators found no final proof. Another explanation came from medicine. Extreme cold can affect the mind. Decades later, science returned. New research asked new questions. Modern models offered new answers, but not everyone was convinced. The model may explain the physical evidence, but questions remain. The mystery is still debated. Many experts welcomed the research. Others believed important questions remained. Every theory answered something, but none answered everything. Beyond every theory were real people. 9 young lives were forever lost. Even today, the questions remain. Researchers still search for the missing truth. The mystery still lives, but so does their legacy. Perhaps the greatest lesson is to keep searching for the truth. The mountain remembers everything, but it still keeps its silence. Some mysteries are never forgotten because they become part of history. The story did not end here. It became part of history. Across the world, people still remember. They continue to study this mystery. Perhaps some answers will remain hidden beneath the snow. Time moved forward. The mountain remained, and the questions endured. They came with hope. Their story will always be remembered. History does not remember only answers, it remembers the journey. Some stories never truly end. They live on in every generation. The mountain kept its secret, but their memory will never fade. Some silence speaks forever, and some stories are never forgotten. Some mysteries may never end, but the memory must never fade.